Here's a question from Vanessa Kamuto, Wish Star. Thank you for your question, Vanessa. I just finally looked this up, but clarity would be great on why you and others post Sagittarius as 11/23 or the 23rd of November to the 21st of December, as some started on the 22nd of November, which is my birthday. And before knowing this, when I was a kid, I thought I was a Scorpio, more like wanted to be, because it was the sexy sign, you know, priorities. Well, yeah, I do absolutely understand where you're coming from on that one. But, well, put it this way, time zones change. So, for instance, as I'm speaking this out to you in the evening in the UK, a baby being born in Australia, it's already tomorrow for us here in the UK. So the only way to find this out, if you were born on the 22nd of November, then that would depend upon where in the world you were born, because you don't say here. And then through the magic of technology, the computer would just be able to go clickety-click, clackety-clack, and there it is. Your sun will be in Sagittarius, which it probably is actually if you're born on the 22nd. So that's the answer. But somebody else who born right near the cusp of a sign, if they were born in a time zone way many hours, it might take them into the next day or the previous day. So if you're a cusp baby, for all of you out there born on the cusp, you actually need to get your natal chart put up, and you don't need to pay for that. Actually, there are sites, I think, that you can just, as long as you know the time of birth on the day and the place of birth, you can get that put up, and you can see immediately you'll be at 0 degrees of the next sign, or you'll be at 29 of the previous sign. However, having said that as well, you know, if you were born in the very dying minute of the degree of Scorpio and you had 5 planets in Sagittarius, I would probably count you in as a Saggy, but I would be mindful of the fact that you had Plutonic tendencies, you know, quite strongly marked, because you hadn't quite finished coming out. But it's usually the sign that the sun is applying to which has the whip hand, as it were, particularly if you get that supported by emphasis from other planets already in the next sign. If we switched that around and said you had 5 planets in Scorpio, but you weren't sure whether the sun was in Scorpio or Sag, then, and it turned out the sun was in Sagittarius at 0 degrees, you would still have huge emphasis, and it would depend on which planets they were, but you would have a huge emphasis on Scorpio. So no wonder, you know, we get confused. I mean, actually, cusp babies are really quite special, and I keep meaning to get around. I probably never will, but actually talking about, you know, the hidden 12 signs of the zodiac, which are the cusp, on the babies born on the cusps, because, you know, Taurus, Gemini people are different to just Taurus or plain Gemini. And Scorpio Sag people are different, and also that takes us into Greek astrology as well, when there were 22 signs of the zodiac. So anyway, I hope that answers your question, Vanessa, and thank you.